Well, hello everyone, sports fans, Chiefs Kingdom, this Comics Baker TV here. So time for another prediction video, as it's this Sunday night. We have the Chiefs taking on the Detroit Lions in Sunday Night Football Week 6 at Arrowhead Stadium, and this is a huge matchup. As Chiefs, we have lost 3 games already this season, coming off losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars 31-28 on the road Monday night. So it's a bit of a shorter week. And yeah, man, that was some crazy game last week. There were so many penalties, really costly penalties, that could have gone a bit different if it wasn't for that, and if it wasn't for a interception that turned into a touchdown by Mahomes and the Chiefs. So, and well, facing the Lions team that lost in Week 1 to the Packers and has won 4 straight since then, and is playing like maybe the best team in the league right now. They're averaging about 30 points a game. They put up uh, 37 last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. Uh, and yeah, they have one of the best coaches in the league, Dan Campbell. And well, of course, the Lions last year were the top seed in the NFC, got their first round bye, but lost in the divisional round to Jane Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Uh, and yes, now they're looking to make it back to the playoffs and win their division for a 3rd straight year. So, the Green Bay Packers giving them a fight. The Packers beat them in Week 1, and the Lions have really just dominated since then. So, and they're, of course, led by quarterback Jared Goff, as well as running back Jahmyr Gibbs and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. They, I think, have the best running back duo in the NFL with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. And yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown, who has 6 touchdowns already this season. And yes, they have a very good offensive line also. So this is not going to be easy. And it kind of feels like a must-win for us, I think. You know, we picked up a statement win a couple weeks ago against the Ravens at home. However, the Ravens, they are struggling. They are 1-4 currently. And of course, they're without Lamar Jackson still. So, and yeah, so I mean, this game could potentially, I think, define our season. This will be the first of 3 straight games at home, which will be nice. Where, we've dominated at home in the Mahomes era. And yeah, so first of 3 straight games at home against Detroit, then next Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders, and then 2 weeks from now, which will also be in another Monday night game against the Washington Commanders. So definitely looking forward to that one. And we will be scheduled to be getting back wide receiver Rashee Rice. This will be his final game serving his suspension. So, and a key player coming back next week. So, and the Lions, they will actually could be out several key players on the defensive side. They could be without 2 starting safeties with injuries, so that could be huge. All-pro safety Kirby Joseph could be out. He's questionable with the knee injury. So, and well, we last faced the Lions back in Week 1 of the 2023 season at Arrowhead. The Lions came into Arrowhead and beat us in that one, and that was basically the start of, when they really started to put the league on notice. So, and yeah, so just in unfamiliar territory, obviously, with us being 2-3, we have more losses this season than we've had all of last year in the regular season. So, and yeah, and I mean, our offense did well last week, but those costly penalties and that interception, Could have been a game changer, and the Jaguars got the go-ahead touchdown late in the game. Trevor Lawrence played an outstanding game, scored the go-ahead touchdown himself with a rushing touchdown. So, and yeah, the Jaguars 4-1. They are surprisingly off to a very good start. So, and yeah, and wide receiver Tyquan Thornton, who has 3 touchdowns this season already, and Mahomes still leads the Chiefs in rushing yards, has 190 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. So, Kareem Hunt scored a touchdown last week. But yeah, pretty kind of strange to have our quarterback still lead the team in rushing. So, and yeah, it just feels like a must-win for us. Hopefully our defense can step up. It did great 2 weeks ago against Baltimore. So, and yeah, this Lions team, one of the best all-around teams in the NFL. These 2 teams last year were, I think, the 2 best teams in the league. So, both these teams last year were the top seed in the conference. So score prediction, I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this one and go to 3-3 on the season. And I think we're going to win in this one. I'm going to say 28-24. Yeah, 28-24. It's definitely going to be another nail-biting game. Jared Goff only has 2 interceptions on the season so far. So, he threw for 5 touchdowns in their second game of the season. So, but yeah, so we'll see what happens in this one against Detroit. So, till Sunday night, counting are saying, go Chiefs.